What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a great video today. We're going to be installing the DV8 off-road spec series front bumper on the 2021 Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. We're also going to be dropping in a 12,000 pound winch from Harbor Freight. I think it's the Badlands winch. So it's going to be a great video, and let's get started. All of the parts and tools we're using today is going to be linked down in the description, including a special DV8 discount code just for y'all. So don't miss that. DV8 makes way more than just bumpers. They got off-road gear for a ton of trucks, especially Jeeps. So check them out. Also, big props to DV8. This bumper came with a color, step-by-step manual. I didn't have a color printer, so mine's going to be in black and white. So it's no janky, mistranslated Chinese manuals. It's really good, clear, straightforward. It's got a tool list, so I was able to get all my tools out. I've never been this prepared for a job, so it should go really smooth. Also, it says it's going to take 4 hours, and you got to have 2 people because it's really heavy. So I'm going to get it started. Tyler will be here, and he's going to help me out in a little bit. And we're not going to wire up the winch today. We're just going to get it installed. Today is just going to be all about the bumper. I'll do another one about wiring that up, and also want to get some bedside stickers. I got to put the Trail Boss stickers on, and then on the back, the 3D lettering, I want to do that on the tailgate so the Chevrolet stands out more. Probably do like black with red trim. I think that'll look nice. All right, here's what we're working with. This is a high clearance bumper. Has these modular wings. They bolt on to the sides to make it wider. This is the Badlands winch, 12,000 pound. That should be plenty. I got a super good deal on that. Got it on Memorial Day, and they had a special if you join their, whatever it's called, some kind of rewards program, Inside Track, I think, and they gave me a ton off for that, and so I got a really good deal. So, and it has where you can put a light bar and cutouts for recovery points, and I don't know if I'm gonna get to keep my red hook. That's the only reason I bought this truck, because I love these red hooks. I might lose that, I don't know, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. And it has these for the parking sensor, but my truck is the custom model, so it's basically a base model, and I don't have any parking sensors, so I'll leave those plugs in. Got all the hardware, and so it shouldn't be too bad. Just super heavy and time consuming, and it's just basic tools to get this. It tells you everything you need. I'm not sure what a number 4 L-shaped tool is. I don't think it's that, because over here it says trim clip tool. So I don't know what that is. So that's everything we're gonna need right here. And this is what it's gonna look like with those modular wings on. And it'd been better if I had a color printer, but it's just step by step. And it's great for us people that don't like reading. We could just look at the picture and do it. All right, so the first step in the process is to take this cover off and then take the grill off. And I was looking at the instructions, and check this out. They have 5 pages of instructions just on this step here. I guess because the pictures take up so much room, but I mean, they just step by step. So don't think you can't do this. This is gonna be super easy. So I think the best way to film this is I'm gonna just explain each step, then I'll set up a time lapse. Otherwise, it's gonna be a 4-hour video. All right, so let's just get started removing all these. It's very helpful to have one of these. Like I said earlier, I'll have everything down in the description, all the tools. Stuff like this, you get on Amazon super cheap, and they come in very helpful. Otherwise, you'd tear these little clips up. And I'll probably still tear some up. Took about, I'd say, 40 minutes to do all that, so I don't see how this is actually going to take 4 hours. I think I'll be able to knock this out a lot quicker than that. So the last step, it said to remove all this plastic, but if you read further, it was talking about you need to remove it to get to the wiring harness, which I don't have a wiring harness because I don't have any parking sensors, and I don't think this needs to go on this bumper, so I'm gonna just leave that for now. So I don't think I really need that. And I took this bracket. I think I was supposed to take the bracket off of the frame instead of the bumper off of that bracket. So I'll probably take that off because I don't think that's going to be needed for the new bumper. And they had a few bolts. It was labeled on instructions as 18 millimeter and it was actually 15 millimeters. So no big deal. Everything else was pretty easy. This next step, it says to mount the wings on here. We have this little rubber gasket. This goes on here, then we'll mount it. So just be careful. You could actually mount these backwards. Just make sure the square hole lines up, and that way you know you have it on the right side. So we'll get that on, and then we'll probably mount the winch to that. And then get the winch mounted on here. And that'll be as far as I can go until I get some help. There's no way I'm gonna be able to lift that. All right, so let's put the wings on. This little, I guess you call it a gasket or something. It sticks on. Got it. And this should be 18 millimeter. Alright, so the bolt is actually a 21 and the nut is a 22. And that's where you're going to have your swivel. So you have to get it in here, especially on this bottom one. Alright, let's get this side. I got the rubber gasket on. And it didn't say in the instructions, but it came with so many washers. I'm putting one on the bolt side and the nut side. It's got enough to do that, so I'm putting them on there. I'll probably just sell that bumper because bumpers, they sell really fast because everybody gets in little fender benders and needs a bumper. So that'll give us, I don't know what I could get, maybe 200 bucks for it. Have to see what they're going for. And there's no lock washers. These nuts are that locking type, so that should be good. It didn't say to use any Loctite or anything. I got this all set up. These two brackets, that's used if you're going to put a light bar in. Light bar would go behind this grill. This, you'd put two pod lights, two little square lights. So I didn't know about that. I wish I'd have read the instructions first. So I may go to Harbor Freight and buy two lights. That way I can at least have them mounted, because it'd be a lot easier to mount them now than to do that later and just wire them up another time. I guess you would wire it maybe to your low beams. Maybe there's some way to do that, because I don't think I have a fog light switch in here. Yeah, I don't have any fog light switch. So maybe it could be something that ties into the low beam. So it's coming together. Let's do the winch now. Get the winch all bolted up and knock this thing out. All right, so this is the Badlands 12,000 pound winch. Comes with a control box. I wasn't really expecting that. A lot of them are built in. The control box is built in on the side of the winch. So I'm going to have to figure out where to mount that. Comes with this. This is going to mount to the front of the bumper. Also comes with this battery disconnect switch. So I have to mount that somewhere, maybe right on this, drill some holes, get that mounted. So first step, let's get the winch out and mount it on this base plate. That way we could take this whole setup and mount on there. I'm sure this is unbelievably heavy. Oh, yeah. Everything I read, Badlands winches are pretty good winches. I mean, they're not a worn winch, but a lot of people are using these, especially like if you're building a trailer and you need a winch to pull the cars up on a trailer. You can get a smaller one, probably a 9,000 pound. Hopefully it's gonna work out good. Try to get this centered. And I got this on some blocks, that way I can get to the bolts. All right, so this comes with all the hardware. These four is what mounts it to this. I don't know what these two go to, nothing in the instructions tell you. I figured out this mounts on top of here, so that's good. I don't have to figure out where to mount that. Got the winch torque down, it was to 33 foot-pounds. Now I'm mounting this. I'm glad this goes here because I was trying to figure out where I could actually mount this, so this makes it much easier. And I looked up how much those lights would be. They outrageous. To get some really good lights, they're 80 bucks for 2 lights, so that'd be, I need 4, so that's 160. Then the wiring harness was another 30 to 60 depending on which one. I don't feel like spending that kind of money right now. I'll do that later. All right, looks like all these are color coordinated, yellow to yellow. This red is going to go up to the disconnect. So these three is going to go here. That'll go to the disconnect. Got the winch bolted down. There's a bolt here. You got 2 on each side. We got all those put in. And then the bumper's going to, let's see, have these bolts. So we're not going to use the original screw holes. So that's going to go there. And one of the things that the instructions don't mention is these clips need to go in here. So they just slide in like that. So it's going to be kind of hard to hold this bumper up and then get this screwed in. So that's probably going to be the hardest part of this whole thing. So it's coming together good. It's not taking that long. It's probably at 2 hours right now. And that's filming too, and filming adds a lot of time. So this is either going to work perfectly or it's going to be a complete disaster. I don't think there's going to be in between. I think what I'm going to do, I got it on the jack, it's level. I'm going to roll the jack forward, jack it up, put the jack stands just in case it falls. And that way I can kind of bolt it in place. So Tyler was supposed to be home today around 1, I was thinking, but it's actually tomorrow at 1. He's volunteering with the church. They went on a 1 week long, they volunteer with Habitat Humanity with the church. They building like a nun house or something and remodeling some nun quarters. It's over in Abbeville, close to Avery Island, where they make the Tabasco sauce. So that's where he's at this whole week, so I'm stuck doing this by myself. So I'm gonna try this. If it don't work, then I have to get somebody to come help me. All right, it bolted up really easy using a jack. That was gonna be hit or miss, so I mean, it just bolted up perfectly. The only issue, this that came with the winch doesn't fit on here, so I'm gonna have to order the special one that goes with this bumper. So I'll look on the website, get that ordered, and next I'll get the grill on, and probably run that wire so I'll be able to grab it pretty easy with the grill on. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. Might just order two later. Definitely not gonna do it right now. And I'm gonna have to trim this. I didn't realize that. Since this is showing so much, I'll get that trimmed and it's gonna look good. It's gonna look like a true off-road truck. All right, it's actually the next day. I decided to go ahead and remove some of that fender liner, cut that away and remove some of those brackets. It's looking a lot better now. It's a really clean look. I'm loving this bumper. And I ordered that front piece for the winch. It's called a Fairfield or something. I'm not sure what that name means, but that's the style that fits in there. So I got that ordered. I'm gonna get that put on probably tomorrow, but I'm gonna finish up this video and show you what I'm doing. So I removed this side, the fender liner and that bracket. You can see it over here, how that looks. And that's sticking down, so it just cleans it way up. So let's get this side removed. Then we'll get the grill on and see how it all looks. All right, so let's start with this bracket. It's 10 millimeters, a 10 millimeter. This is an 18, which is kind of an odd size. I didn't have any of those in an impact, so I have to get that another way. Got that off. That cleans it up a lot. Now we'll take this plastic bracket off, and then we'll be able to cut this across here. And that's all 10 millimeter. I'm sure there's a better way to cut this, but I just use some, I guess it's 10 snips. All right, well, we just lost electricity. I heard a transformer blow way over there, so I have to move the truck out here in the sun and finish filming. All I gotta do is get the grill on and we can take a final look at it. Let's see, I hope all this is gonna line up with this new bumper. It's good. I was worried this might be a little too high, but it works out perfect. We get these, and I got to put this top tray back in, so that should be it. Hopefully I don't have to cut this where these wires are. I have to see. It goes this way. Okay, looks like it has a little cutout right here. So like it's made for these cables. And all of these are just a little push pin. All right, last step, we got to get this back on. Just slides over. This wasn't a bad job. It took me, even though I split it up over 2 days, probably 2 hours. And that's with doing the winch. trimming everything. Now, I didn't have any of the wiring harness and all that kind of stuff, so that made it a lot easier. All right, so that's on. I don't have any tools up here. I'll wire it up. I'll put the battery disconnect in another video. Let's close the hood and take a look. So this is what 30 minutes in Louisiana heat feels like. I'm already drenched. Might need to change it to Mountain Boy's garage, move to Colorado or something. This summer heat's brutal. All right, let's take a look. Give me your honest opinion. I love it, especially when I get that red hook back on the front. Might put some red shackles like I did in the back. Remember the back bumpers? Let's take a look at it. Truck's dirty. I think it makes it look a lot better. I moved it so that it wouldn't be, had a big shadow casting over it so you can actually see it a little better. Take a look at that. It looks sick. Way tougher. Yeah, I love it. I think I'm gonna put probably a yellow and a white light on each side, and then have the red hook there. It's gonna look good. Truck's coming out awesome. And again, I want to give a huge thank you to DV8 for supporting our channel. They truly make some great products. It's not just bumpers, so click on the link in the description and check out their website. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because we're going to be doing a lot more mods on this truck. And then we have, I don't know if you can see over here, we have a forklift. I think you can see it way over there. We're going to try to get that running. It's not sure we're going to get its electric forklift. I don't know what all is burned up on it, but we're going to try to fix that. So we got a lot going on, so make sure you subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.